If you work in supply chain, logistics, procurement, or operations, you know the pressure is not only about moving products. It is also about communicating clearly when something changes. A shipment is delayed, inventory is low, a vendor is not responding. A customer wants an update. A manager wants to know the risk. In those moments, the right professional English phrases can help you sound calm, professional, and in control. And in this lesson, I'll give you exactly what you need for those situations. Okay, are you interested? All right, let's get started. Welcome and welcome back to Mastering English Communication. I am Coach Theo, your business English coach, and my goal here at Mastering English Communication is to help you improve your professional English communication. So today's topic is English phrases for logistics, operations, delays, inventory, vendors, timelines, and internal updates. In other words, we're going to discuss supply chain English, and I'm going to provide you with 50 professional English phrases. Okay, let's not waste any more time. Let's just actually dive right in and get started. Why supply chain English matters. So let's just take a quick look at that. So this lesson is not only about vocabulary, it is also about professional communication under pressure. In supply chain, people often communicate when something is late, unclear, unavailable, risky, or urgent. Non-native speakers may know the problem, but they may not know, how can we say it? How to say it professionally. Okay, so every phrase in this lesson is meant to be useful in a meeting, email, call, or even a quick update. It's going to be about clarity. People need to know what changed, what is confirmed, what is still pending. They need to know about speed. Short, professional phrases help teams move faster. They need to know about accountability. Strong language shows ownership without sounding defensive. Risk control, good communication helps prevent surprises, delays, and costly mistakes. So the goal is to sound professional when something changes. How to use these 50 phrases. I want you to look at this session as a working lesson, not just passive listening. And the best way to improve professional English is to connect phrases to real situations. A phrase is easier to remember when the viewer can imagine using it at work tomorrow. So choose one work situation: delays, inventory, vendors, shipping, updates, or risk. Practice the full sentence. Say it out loud until it feels natural. Use it in your own context and from your work environment. Replace the details in examples with your product, your order, your shipment, vendor, or timeline. Save your best phrases. Build a personal phrase bank for real work communication. So in many cases, you may want to pause the video, repeat the phrase, and then write down the phrases that fit your job. So let's look at the first section, asking for updates. These phrases are polite but direct. And supply chain communication often begins with getting accurate information. And so you want to use these when you need information without sounding impatient. Let's begin with the first one. Could you provide the latest update on this shipment? Next, do we have a confirmed delivery date? Can you let me know the current status of the order? Has the supplier confirmed the revised timeline? Could you check whether this item has been dispatched? Next, timelines and lead times. Use these when dates, delivery windows, or production schedules matter. What is the current lead time for this product? Can we confirm the expected arrival date? Is the delivery still on schedule? Do we need to adjust the production timeline? Please confirm whether the deadline is still realistic. Next, this section is about explaining delays. Use these when something is late, blocked, or still pending. The shipment has been delayed due to a logistics issue. We are currently waiting for confirmation from the supplier. There may be a delay in receiving the materials. The order is behind schedule, but we are working on a solution. We will provide an updated timeline as soon as possible. Now let's look at inventory and stock issues. Use these when discussing stock levels, shortages, back orders, or availability. We are currently low on inventory for this item. This product is temporarily out of stock. We need to review our current stock levels. The item is on back order at the moment. We may need to reorder earlier than planned. Next section, vendor and supplier communication. Use these when coordinating with external partners. Could you confirm the supplier's availability? We need a clear response from the vendor. Please follow up with the supplier today. Has the vendor provided a revised quote? We need to confirm whether the supplier can meet the deadline. And as you make examples of these for yourself, make sure you make the distinction between vendor and supplier as it relates to your particular company or industry. Now let's look at shipping, delivery, and logistics problems. Use these when discussing transport, customs, routing, or delivery issues. The shipment is currently in transit. The delivery has been held at customs. We are checking the tracking information now. There appears to be an issue with the carrier. We are working with the logistics team to resolve the problem. Next, this section is about internal operations updates. Use these when reporting to managers or cross-functional teams. Here's the latest update from operations. We're still waiting on one critical component. The main risk now is the delivery timeline. We have enough inventory to cover the next 2 weeks. We need to coordinate with production before confirming the date. This section is about escalating risks without panic. So use these when something needs attention, but you still want to sound calm. I want to flag a potential risk with this order. This may affect the delivery schedule. We should escalate this before it causes a larger delay. I recommend we review our backup options. This issue needs attention, but it is still manageable. Next section, offering solutions and next steps. Use these when you want to move the conversation forward. One option is to use an alternative supplier. We can prioritize this order if needed. I suggest we adjust the delivery schedule. Let's confirm the next step before the end of the day. I will follow up and send an update once I have confirmation. Next, we have customer client updates. This is customer-facing language, so it should be respectful, clear, and not too technical. So you want to use these when giving professional updates outside the company. Thank you for your patience while we check the latest status. We are working to resolve this as quickly as possible. We expect to have a clearer update shortly. We apologize for the delay and will keep you informed. We will share the revised delivery timeline once it is confirmed. Now, these phrases acknowledge the customer without overpromising. So in business English, it is better to be clear than to promise something you cannot control. Let's look at practice. Weak versus professional. You want to replace short, unclear statements with calm, professional updates. And this will show the transformation. And I want you to listen for the difference between the short, vague English and professional workplace English. Here's the weak version. The shipment is late. Professional version. The shipment has been delayed, and we are working with the logistics team to confirm the revised delivery timeline. Weak. The supplier did not answer. Professional. We are still waiting for confirmation from the supplier, and we will follow up again today. Weak. We do not have enough stock. Professional. We are currently low on inventory and may need to reorder earlier than planned. Weak. This is a problem. Professional. I want to flag a potential risk that may affect the delivery schedule. Now, this is a practice tip. Say the professional version out loud 3 times. So what I would do now is, and I want you to do this, is to pause the video and then restart it for each phrase, practicing the weak, then the professional version. And then after that, just practice the professional versions. That way you'll hear the sound in your own voice and you will practice the more professional sound. And then quick speaking practice. Use one structure and change the details for your job. Update. Here is the latest update on whatever it relates to you. You could say on the container shipment, for example. So you would say, here is the latest update on the container shipment. As it relates to risk, I want to flag a potential risk with the production timeline. Delay. There may be a delay due to customs clearance. Next step. I will follow up and send an update once everything has cleared customs. Client update. We will share the revised timeline once the information has been loaded onto the truck, or once the product has been loaded onto the truck. So remember, in supply chain, clear English helps you. The goal is not to use every phrase tomorrow. The goal is to build a professional phrase bank for the situations you face most often. You want to be able to explain delays without panic, ask for updates professionally, confirm timelines and inventory, escalate risks clearly, give customers confident updates. So I want you to write one phrase from today in the comments that you're going to use. Now, if this lesson was useful, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. It helps us help you. And I will see you next time as we continue our linguistic adventure together. Take care, everyone.